Welcome everybody back to my channel, Dashima's Kitchen. Today we're gonna make shrimp Alfredo, courtesy of the camera girl, which is my niece, Kalia. This is something she loves for me to make for her when she comes in town. I'm gonna show you how you make it super simple and easy. So we have the ingredients. We're going to be cooking with some large shrimp. Okay, these are extra large shrimp that is just deveined and washed and clean. We're obviously season it with garlic powder, black pepper, seasoning salt, onion powder, and cayenne pepper. We have salt for the water for the noodles. We also gonna have butter, garlic, onion. We have lemons, thyme, whole milk, cooking white wine, and Parmesan cheese. What we have doing first is the noodles. We have basic boiling water on the stove. So what we're going to do is add some salt to the boiling water. That's the number one thing that you need to do to make sure that the pasta has a little flavor. So we just add a little salt. Once you put your salt in it, the water is already boiling. We're going to put a little bit of virgin olive oil just so that the noodles don't stick. And just put a little bit in the pot. Some people like to do it. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. And then we're going to use linguine. So we're going to open this and saute it so that we can go ahead and get our cooking started. And when I tell you this is going to be super simple and your family is going to love it and you're going to love it. So I break it in half and I just drop it in the water. And I'm going to do a whole box because I got a couple of people who's going to be eating this. So I'm going to do the whole box. So once you get all your noodles in the pot, you want to get a fork. You want to get a fork and you want to just move it around so it doesn't stick. And that's what the olive oil is supposed to help it not do, stick. So once you go ahead and do that, we're going to move on to our shrimp. Now, I'm going to show you how I season the shrimp so that you are, I don't know measurements, so I don't know teaspoons and all that. I just sprinkle and I just do it as I go, and I just can eyeball it. So we're starting with the garlic powder, and we're just going to sprinkle, and I guess I will see until I want to know. I have a good amount of shrimp here, so as I go, I'll just go ahead and add and take. You can't really take out, but you can always add more. This is cayenne pepper. I'm sprinkling it in there. Okay. Have some onion powder. Sprinkling that in there. And then we have the seasoning salt. Okay, and again, I don't know if it's a teaspoon. I'm just eyeballing it. Again, I have a lot of shrimp in here, and so that's what I'm doing. Now I'm gonna mix it, you know, make sure everything gets in there, everybody gets some love. And again, I can just tell, I feel like this is definitely a good amount of seasoning. I don't really need to add anything in there. And so if you are a person who likes it a little bit more spicy, add more cayenne. If you don't really care for the spice, maybe leave it out. It's up to you because it's your food. You do it how you want to do it. And that is what it is. Gonna wash my hands. Okay, so now that we got the shrimp seasoned, looking beautiful, we're gonna add some butter in the pot. Okay, the pot is on low. I'm gonna crank it up a little bit. And I'm going to add some butter. I'm going to probably do maybe, that looks like maybe, let's just do 3 tablespoons or 3 teaspoons or tablespoons, whatever. All right, so we got the butter going ahead saute. We're going to start chopping up some garlic. This is fresh garlic. You can use the can. I prefer the fresh. It's up to you and what you like. You can probably put less garlic if you don't really like garlic. Some people don't like it. It's kind of strong. So it's just up to you. So now I'm going to do a quick chop on this. Okay, we're going to chop up the garlic. And you can do it as fine or as big as you want to add it in. And And we're just cutting up garlic to add to our butter, which is one of the first steps that you want to make your shrimp awesome sauce. Okay, so now that you have your garlic, you know, fairly diced, we're going to add that to the butter. Okay, and so we're just putting the garlic in the butter. For this, we're not going to do too much onion. Maybe that much is really just a small amount of onion. My daughter really don't care for it, but I like the flavor of onion, so I'm just going to put a little bit. And we're just adding that with the onion and garlic. And if you are a regular cook, you do know that onion, garlic, and butter smells awesome. Okay? And again, we're multitasking over here. We have our noodles still over here cooking. You just want to double check on that so it don't get too soggy. And it's not all the way done, but it's coming along fairly well. Okay? Back to the onion and the garlic. Let me get a spoon to saute everything. Okay. Have a spoon. So now you're just moving everything around. And if you see that brownness of the garlic, that's exactly what you want. That looks awesome. Okay, so now we're going to add some thyme. When you put fresh thyme into your butter, it might start popping, so be careful. I'm kind of used to this. You can take it off the stem, or you can just drop everything in there and then take it out later. Okay, so it's really just up to you. I just tossed it in, right? It's a little popping. I don't really know. It's no water, but just thyme. It has to work its magic. Okay? So now, while I do that, I am going to add lemon. These lemons are washed, and I'm going to use the zest of it. You can use a zester. I just cut it directly over the pot so that, and you just want, that is what you want. You want to try not to get as much of the white. And this is what's going to help with the flavor and get the lemon, flavor in it. You're just tossing that in with the butter. And you're going to do probably one, not a full lemon, like a half a lemon of the zest. And you're just adding that to this pot. Once you put in your lemon, right, which that looks like about enough. It smells good already. You're going to do a quick toss. That brownness is what you want. We're now going to add white wine, cooking white wine. And that is what you call like a flavor bomb. And we haven't even completely finished half of our stuff. Okay, let me cut off the noodles because this definitely looks ready. Do another toss. Yeah, this looks ready. You can taste it if you need to, but that looks ready. Okay, back to, we have the white wine, onion, garlic, lemon zest, and the thyme doing its thing, marrying, getting together, loving each other. Okay? Now, I am going to cut the same lemon that I started to zest. I'm going to cut that in half. You can remove some of the seeds. So now that you have your white wine and you have your onion and garlic and thyme and lemon peel doing its magic, we're going to add the milk. And we're going to do about a cup and a half of milk. Okay? And that looks about right. About a cup and a half of milk. Once you have your milk in there, this is when you want to take the opportunity to do a little extra seasoning. Because the shrimp have seasoning on it, you still want to do a little something, nothing major. You're just going to sprinkle a little bit more black pepper. And again, depending on your spice, I am going to add some red pepper flakes. Okay? Our background is Jamaican. We like spice, so I'm going to add a little red pepper flake. Okay? And again, you're just making this come up to a nice simmer. And so everything is basically marinated. Now, if you can tell the liquid, it seems very kind of loose. And because I'm not using heavy cream, if you was using heavy cream, it would be thick. But because I'm using regular milk, I'm going to do a little roux. Roux is basically just flour and water. So I'm going to add water to this, and mix it around so this can become a little bit. And you want a consistency of, let's see, I'm going to tell you if I need to add a little bit more water or if this is good. And again, this is just to thick up your mixture because you want the Alfredo sauce to be able to coat your shrimps and also the pasta and be nice and flavorful. So this right here is pretty much the consistency you want. Okay, it's a very thin pancake batter look. Okay, and so now we're going to add this to our milk mixture. And almost if you are familiar with macaroni and cheese, you know how it's going to become thick. And not too thick, but it's going to have a great consistency. And so far, this is just your white wine, garlic, onion, thyme, red pepper, a little black pepper, and your lemon peel. So we're now, this is coming up. I'm going to cut it up a little bit higher. It's going to come up to a nice simmer. We already have our shrimp. Our shrimps are seasoned and ready to be added to this mixture. Okay, if you can tell, it's starting to do its nice bubble. We're going to go ahead and do a quick, exactly, this is a great consistency for it. Shrimp is very easy to cook. It takes no time. So we're going to now add our shrimp, and you don't want it to splash, so try to go a little bit close to your, right, so nothing kind of splash on you because these things is hot. Once you put your shrimp in, if you can see, some of them already starting to turn pink. It takes literally no time to start cooking. This is where you're going to want to go ahead and put your top over your pot. Because again, you're just wanting everything to steam and get pink. We already have the noodles cooked and it's just waiting to be met up with the shrimp, and they are going to get married. We have some Parmesan cheese. We're using the shaved kind. You can use whatever you like. I prefer the shaved because it has a better a melting consistency. And we're going to put some into this pasta with the shrimp. And you can add a little bit less because some people like less cheese. And you could put just a good amount in and have some for the top to garnish for the ones who like it extra. Okay? So, believe it or not, like I said, shrimp is the fastest thing to cook. So we're going to go ahead and lift up our lid and check it out. And if you can see, some of them is already starting to turn pink. And again, like I said, shrimp is something that does not take long at all to cook. Okay? And so now you have your shrimp and everything is in here, just getting its great married on. Right? It looks so good. It's going to be so good. Right? I'm going to cover it up again. And now we're going to get ready for our noodles. Again, you want to loosen up the noodles because it was in the pot and it's kind of hot and it's already cooked. And again, we're just having the noodles, so when we're ready, we're going to marry it with our shrimp pasta. I'm going to cut the oven on to 350 because my kids like garlic bread. And we're doing a simple garlic bread. This is not nothing from scratch. I just picked it up in the store. And I'm just going to open it up and bake it up in the oven to add with our shrimp pasta. I'm getting some foil paper, and that's just to put in the oven so we can put our garlic bread on. So we're going to put the foil paper down, okay? And we're going to add, this is a simple garlic bread. All you literally have to do is open it. And once you open it, you just place it on the foil pan, close it up. It's going to do what it needs to do. Now let's check on our shrimp. Shrimp is here and it's perfect looking, right? It's perfect pink. You don't want to overcook your shrimp, so this is perfect the way it looks, okay? So now is when you want to add your cheese. Again, it's still a little bit on the liquidy side. You don't need to do no more flour. What I would recommend you do is now, this is when you want to start adding your cheese, your Parmesan cheese. this is going to help it get thick as well. So again, it's up to you. I'm going to do probably like 2 or 1.5 handfuls of cheese. Okay. And so now we're going to go ahead and toss this so that this can start getting nice and thick. And the cheese start to melt. And if you can tell, again, this look good. Now, if you're not a pasta type of girl or guy and you would like to do something different, you can make the same sauce and just eat it as is. You can have a salad on the side. You can probably eat this over rice, couscous. It's just up to you. So now I'm going to marry the pasta with, I'm going to add the pasta to the shrimp. Okay. And again, I'm going to do it a little bit at a time. This is a pound of pasta. So I'm going to add, not completely all of it. I'm going to go at a time because I don't want to make it to the point where it is soaking up too much sauce and then it's a little dry. So we're going to add some pasta to this dish. Remind you, the pasta is already cooked, so you're really just marrying everything. So now, as I see I have a lot more sauce. I know I can add all of the pasta. Okay? So we're going to put all of the pasta in. And once you put your pasta in, again, you're just tossing it. And at this point, you can tell if you need to add more cheese. And I'm going to add some more cheese. Right? And I'm also going to sprinkle a little bit more pepper. Again, this is optional. You do not have to do this. And we're going to toss it again. Now, I have the lemon that I used the zest of. I have that lemon cut in half. And that's what I'm going to squeeze on the top. Now, let me tell you something else that's really, really good in here. Capers. If you're a person who like olives and you like that salty, briny taste, that is really good in here. I'm not putting it in here only because my niece, she's really picky. So we're just going to make it simple for her. Okay? And so if you can tell, you can still see your liquid. All of that is it's going to get nice and thick. Okay? At this point, we can drop our temperature down and we can squeeze some lemon juice. The lemon juice is just the after, so it can have a nice little pop. Okay? And again, it depends on how much lemon you like. If you like it really, really lemony, add more. You can add 2. But we're just going to put 1 lemon in there. Okay? Shrimp pasta! Okay, guys, so this is the end result of the shrimp pasta. This is the thyme leaf. Put it on the side. So we're going to taste it. It's hot. Really tender. Really good. A lot of flavor. I'm going to try the shrimp. The shrimp is perfectly cooked, if you can see. Perfectly cooked. Nice and steamy. And I add a little bit more cheese on top. We're going to taste this. Really good. Hopefully this recipe, you will love it. Your family will love it. So like, subscribe, click the notification box, and share this video. And I'm glad that you were able to watch it. And follow me on my journey. Shima's Kitchen.